them that he's going to pay them living allowance. And for us, the bitter truth, we think that the well-meaning citizens of this country, the traditional media houses of this country, the best we can do to, get the best from our various political actors is that to take their policies and the promises they are making, interrogate it critically, put them to the table, digest it, ask them the relevant critical question concerning the vision, their policies, the promises that they are making to the good people of this country. I think that this is what we can do as a media platform, as various media houses in this country. This is the best we can save this country. This is what we can do on behalf of the millions of the ordinary voiceless citizens of this country. So today, Bawumia is promising our chiefs that he's going to pay them living allowances. This is what the bitter truth we want to interrogate. This is what the discussion we are bringing to you. This is what we are doing a presentation on. But before then, we proceed and share our perspective. Let's go and guess what some of the things that Bawumia is promising the people of this country, especially the chiefs. Guess what does. Today, paramount chiefs are paid 1,000 Ghana cedis, which doesn't do much. Getting petrol is even difficult to attend meetings. My manifesto team has looked at all of it. We are repeating, listen to statements coming from Bawumia, the vice president, who doubles as the flag bearer of the governing New Patriotic Party, a promise he's making to the traditional authorities in this country. I see it goes like this. Today, paramount chiefs are paid 1,000 Ghana cedis, which doesn't do much. Getting petrol is even difficult to attend meetings. My manifesto team has looked at it. Yenajafo, the vice president Bawumia, ono ya Frankatuni Zima MPP amanyo ko hye nananum ahemfo. Onama probo o hye nananum ahemfo. O hye wana asama orakacha wana nyede. Emprempren the paramount chiefs are wo Ghana hananana. Oman abane tua wan oye 1,000 Ghana cedis busum biara. Onyi one busum allowance a oman tua zima nananum ahemfo. Oye amahin ahemfo a wo oman Ghana mu ha. Na Bawumia se dam 1,000 Ghana cedis na oman Ghana tua ma nananum ahemfo nanananan. Ose onye sika otum ye bibiara. Ende fuel petrol pos ada wato dugu won kam na wozu ko meetings ishem ahoro nananani. Bawumia magana fata ase de oye 1,000 Ghana cedis na omanitua nananum ahemfo. Amahin no no o man Ghana mu nananani. Onye sika otum ye bibiara. Ontum nto fuel mpo imfangu nananum ahemfo. One ashenimu no one phone call ishi. Ina Bawumia reka ache nananoma ahemfo. Osha one no. In some or can you know? Osi 1,000 cedis now money nitua monthly allowance of 1,000 Ghana cedis na Ghana yetua dem nananoma ahemfo nanan. Osi onye sika otum ye bibiara. From go fuel petrol mpo 1,000 Ghana cedis nanan. Ontum anyeden on top informa nananumi na won fongu won ahyene mu na won fonko meeting yente da ochiodo okachiodo nanan then that means the okasodo nyini we have to pay living allowances to the paramount chiefs, and not stop there, but to the divisional chiefs and the queen mothers, so that we can have a complete chieftaincy institution that is empowered to hold government. Asama Bawumia Osha Nananom Ahimfo Oshawan won bra orkwa probo ore campaign ozini timpo ni enyidado ne policies za opada yenye hihye to various groups ondu ahimfo no wonanyim Osha ahimfo a ose we have to pay living allowances to the paramount chiefs and not stop there, but to the divisional chiefs and the queen mothers, so that we can have a complete chieftaincy institution that is empowered to hold government. Yate, Bawumia say, oh yeah, 1,000 Ghana cedis na praying on man Ghana aban audition and anama himfo. A man him for the no. Ose that would you sika osumbo yaba to the living allowances. Sika obo to ma hwe na nanoma himfo. Teo Ghana fo yente. Bawumia the vice president osha himfo no. Ose de oman Ghana aban emi ni owo nya no to ayetua nanan ye yinum bi ye di tue kawa oye sika papa nananom ahimfo wobotum woda hwe wono ho ose living allowances. We have to pay the chiefs the living allowances, what he described as living allowances, because the current 1,000 Ghana cedis monthly allowances that is given to the paramount chiefs is nothing to live on. It can't even pay or buy fuel to fuel their cars for their various meetings. This is what the Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, told the chiefs. And as he is gallivanting around, as he's going round from region to region, meeting various interest groups, meeting the traditional authorities, the vice president is assuring the chiefs of this country, not only the paramount chiefs. Now he has realized that they have to add the divisional chiefs, including the various queen mothers, the paramount queen mothers and the divisional queen mothers. And the state ought to pay what in his own wisdom, what in his vision, what in his policy, what in his own right senses of Bawumia is describing as living allowance, that the state ought to pay the traditional authorities what in his own right thinking, in Bawumia's own right sense of thinking, he describes as a living allowances. As an economist, as a vice president, someone who has worked in Bank of Ghana, as someone whose the states sponsor his upkeep. Yahwe ono sika ose wono ho no all described as living allowances. Na sama no kwaweme ne yapade yebisa Bawumia sabi ono no ye nyansanyo ye nyimdze ono na wa yedwum wo Bank of Ghana ono no ye vice president oyo omampanyina bedechi otsibia okron a privileged office. He holds a privileged office in this country. Sabi Bawumia, sabi. If he has respect for the good people of this country, Bawumia should be telling Ghanaians what he describes as what? Living allowance. Sabi so onam there only budzuma Ghana. He thinks that Ghana for Sabi onam among your summer or voting tea. Obotum Wache nananom bo. Yes, onam da yen nananom no so no sabio. Akom dze wo mu binum bebre. Nananom wo yen nya atwom ntinenen. Okadam oche won gudem. No ohye won ndam boyi. Okato won tirima wobokọ wakoye campaign aman. Wonyi wona manfa wode de wona no bakasa de look. Jantuma Bawumia ni MPP amanyeku. Osande won woba obotua nananom kaw. Also obotua nananom living allowances. Bawumia Yerubiso, the bitter truth. Ahin and the 1,000 Ghana cedis na yetua na sing. Want to move on top from go, want to move top petrungu or kamanana. Sabi iya badwum benyi onyansafo nyimdzefo enyima mambo nyimdzi enyimdzi ya. You should be telling Ghanaian, the good people of this country, how much sikahin na awo wususuimu or policy money efi danu na ditia for na oye living allowances to you. Thus, you have not told Ghanaians. Jainse muhuna everything onam voting ti sabi yan nananom so comments won mu binum nti wo ye edufu petiful nananom ahemfo binum wo ye edufu petiful nana sabi mira Bawumia kogina wonanyim na okeka da mensam nkyere wonen yenya oye ahemfo biara yenya hin biara oye no korfo de wire crowd ordinary crowd to asom na manfo na wasom oman Ghana yenya ahemfo biara ma wembisa Bawumia de itsenya 1,000 Ghana cedis. I'm said them 1,000 Ghana cedis impo so oko wanu so nko yereka se wanzikawa yenyim Bawumia kan itsenya ne de 1,000 Ghana cedis na wotua ne they have been paying it religiously. They are not in deficits of this 1,000 Ghana cedis allowances which they pay to the paramount chiefs in this country. That every month they are paying it promptly. They are not in arrears. Government is not in arrears in the payment of the current 1,000 allowances, the chieftaincy allowances. Bawumia was not able to tell the good people of this country. And we couldn't get any honest chief, any honest, competent, intelligent chiefs to stand to ask Bawumia how much did he consider or he is describing as a living allowance that he's considering paying to the chiefs. Sabio enyansafo wo okroyimu oman Ghana munene enyansafo wom. There are still intelligent people in this country. The bitter truth, we are saying that Bawumia in making this promise because of what? Because he knows that look, if we deceive, if we coerce the chiefs to my political party to embrace this promise, the chiefs hold influence. The world influences over their communities. Therefore, they can use their influential positions. When it's a beer or quantity, on number that man for what bunny is the man when I hear for an said I hear for no but just show one body you would show one call a living allowance. No mind him for what Gianu to my when you want a man for Boko quiet campaign ama MPP ama you could why a campaign ama Bawumia. Enti yan kancha one day you would show one or ye living allowance. Living allowance yenyim na mprepei abanetua na mind him for a mind him for na or ye 1,000 Ghana cedis anyenye biara oman aban demisika no otua no wano wa bera onze kawana onze na mind him for kaw o send bibia abase no kona yati na nanum binum na wo campaign that 1,000 allowance mpone na nyada aban otumtua no wano ba yenyim da yawa manya berintin na worokoto abentin na one de hu ba pre hon mbotua ne tantam na ye bi sanyi de oye omampanyina bedechira sabi onyima mambu na ozi per yenye no kwar no ozi bu man na onyimizi oye no koredifo onfan dada odi ya manwasam odi bu nyinyi dzima Ghana for nen sabe inchare kanen nyanche 1000 Ghana cedis a year nen the how much it is costing the country nanka dituga say too much no one nanka dituga nanka the living allowance na reckon to you what you describe as a living allowance nanche atunizin that to nananum honenyim there yahwe and the economic hardship in this country so Bawumia is admitting that His Excellency, the self-acclaimed competent president, Nana Akufo-Addo Bawumia, MPP, economic situation in this country is bad to the extent that the 1,000 Ghana cedis that they are paying to the paramount chiefs, it is nothing to write home about. It is nothing that cannot even afford fuel. Bawumia jitum bira koche nananum. The inference that we can draw from this statement is an indication that the vice president is acknowledging, is admitting that the economy of this country is in shattered. Akufo-Addo Bawumia MPP, the so-called much touted economy, even those who earn 1,000 Ghana cedis, you cannot call it as a living allowance. You cannot call it as a living wage. But the question, the bitter truth we are asking Bawumia, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP, do you know how many Ghanaians in this country are earning 1,000 Ghana cedis monthly? What you are describing as non-living allowance, we are asking, the bitter truth we are asking Bawumia, if he is competent enough, if he is honest vice president, if he's a competent vice president, if nananum paramount chiefs, those who occupy such a privileged positions, probably have their own works and other things that they do, if they cannot survive on the 1,000 Ghana cedis monthly chieftaincy allowance, you are describing it as what? Non-living allowance. Therefore, that there is the need for the states to pay them a living allowance. And that amount of money you are describing as a living allowance is only known to you. Then we are telling you that the economy of this country that you are running, the economy of Ghana, that Bawumia Akufo-Addo MPP, the so-called self-acclaimed competent appointees claim that they have what it takes to govern this country, to better the lives of the people of this country. If you are admitting that 1,000 Ghana cedis chieftaincy allowance cannot, and it is not, and cannot be a living allowance, then the bitter truth we are telling you that you and your boss, His Excellency our president, Nana Akufo-Addo, the self-acclaimed competent president, whom you deputize, together with the MPP appointees, you have failed this country. And the question we are asking you, have you ever paused in your life? Have you ever sat down as you are going around campaigning, selling your visions, promising the chiefs of paying them a living allowance? Have you paused for a moment to ask yourself, how many Ghanaians earn even 1,000 Ghana cedis in this country? Bawumia, we are asking you the bitter truth. Truth is bitter. The show you are watching is Bitter Truth Show. Let the truth be told. His Excellency, the President, Nana Akufo-Addo said, be citizens, not spectators. This platform, the bitter truth, we are being citizens. We agree with the President because it is a good call. We must be citizens and not spectators. And the simple question that we have for Bawumia is that you, together with our president, your boss, Nana Akufo-Addo, and the MPP appointees, have we ever reflected on the economic hardship that people are experiencing in this country? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, be citizens, not spectators. This platform, the bitter truth, we are being citizens. We agree with the president because it is a good call. We must be citizens and not spectators. And the simple question that we have for Bawumia is that you, together with our president, your boss, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the NPP appointees, have we ever reflected on the economic hardship that people are experiencing in this country?
Then we can go vice president on no campaign on you and another him for Asia, nor catch an another him for, or send another him for what Ghana but they on no or Mampenin Abedichir. Bawumia, Frankatun is my MPP Amayu, so by your president, Obochi and another him for. I buy him a divisional chiefs over Omaganam, Obochi one, oh yeah. What he described as living allowance. The year saying there, Sir Vice President or Jitumen there in the 1,000 Ghana City chieftaincy allowance to paramount chiefs who occupies privileged positions, who might have other sources of income. If our Vice President Bawumia, a flag bearer, a so-called leader of the competent or solid economic management team, is acknowledging that 1,000 Ghana cedis cannot be described or considered as a living allowance in Ghana under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP administration. Then the question, the bitter we are asking Bawumia is, has he ever paused in life? Has he ever paused to reflect together with his boss, our president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to ask how many citizens of Ghana earn 1,000 Ghana cedis, which he is describing as non-living allowance? This is the bitter truth. Just take a listen to Bawumia when he met the chiefs of the Central Regional House of Chiefs.
We need to, just when we say golden age of a relationship, for the chiefs to do the work, we need to resource the palaces. The palaces need to be resourced. At the moment, paramount chiefs in 1,000 cities. Petrol is a difficulty for that 1,000 cities to buy. Now, what about other things? What we don't pay the national chiefs, we don't pay green partners. But these are all parts of the institution. In the proposal, we call it a living allowance. If you are paying an allowance, it must be a living allowance to the traditional chiefs and people. Then we can help to the issue of codification succession. The disputes no be really one. The reason is that we didn't ensure the line of succession. So it becomes a problem. So we need to resource all the judicial committees to complete. I know some work has been started on the lines of succession, but we need to the Sika here so that we really push to codify the lines of succession across, so that everybody knows. Because a lot of the time, they will come out because there is no codification, but they have no relationship to the soul. But they will cause a chieftaincy dispute for years, and because maybe even they have more money and all of that. So we need to help the House of Chiefs codify the lines of succession. Then everybody will know. The courts will know. You will even venture. And we are clear. So we are going to give a lot of resources to the Judicial Council for us.
Yati, Oya the Vice President Bawumia. Bawumia say, yes, currently Sika Wodichia, Oya a mine him for Wama Ghana Munenen, a Banichian, Oya 1,000 chieftaincy monthly allowance. Oh, yeah, it cannot be described as a living allowance. Now, ono Oba, Obuchia one, living allowance. Now, living allowance could also Obuchia one, two is in, only Sika hen, and Oya 1,002. Or 1,005, or 2,000, or 3,000. Ono na nukori bisa, or Vice President Bawumia de. Sabi sika yen na awo eka expenditure. Sika biduwa ese dakor. Sika dika we busia foni nene. Ono ne hunde wa wonyanse na wonyimdimu nene. As Vice President, as a flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party, that you can describe as a living allowance. Edibochia na nana mahimfo. Edibochia abahimanum. Edibochia the sub divisional chiefs nene. Oya hin sikanhin tourism. His Excellency the Vice President Bawumia, when he appeared before the chiefs, not all catch on the day. Only Oba Ubochia oya living allowance nene. So yes, simpua or your Cindy or your Capel, only Ubochia as a living allowance. Sabi when two one tourism. Let's see, Bawumia will do one tourism. He's only telling an animal there. What to Mamma Banana Bayo Mampenina? I'll pay you living allowance. The question the beater kid we are asking Bawumia, an economist who knows the importance and the value of data, an economist who says that when politicians come before you and talk, ask them to back their statement with data, because data throw more light on the statement. But when Bawumia appeared before the chiefs, gallivanting ran around promising chiefs that he will give them living allowance. In his own wisdom and his own scheme of affairs, he only knows what he is describing as a living allowance. He has told us that the current 1,000 Ghana cedis being paid to the chiefs, the paramount chiefs, as monthly chieftaincy allowance cannot even buy fuel. Therefore, he is describing it as what? Non-living allowance, and he is proposing living allowance. How much is that living allowance? Ghanaians deserve the right to know. A vice president, a competent, honest, unbiased, a hypocrite, non-hypocrite politician vice president would have been telling Ghanaians how much you think, how much you consider as what? Living allowance. Ghanaians deserve the right to know. Mr. Data Economist Bawumia, you told Ghanaians that when politicians come to you and they speak to you, ask them to back their statement with data. The question the beater to we are asking Bawumia is that you are promising the chiefs of this country in Ghana, the queen mothers in this country, the divisional chiefs and their queen mothers in this country, that you going to pay them living allowance. How much is that living allowance? What are you describing as living allowance? On what conditions or criteria are you measuring that living allowance? What you are considering living allowance today, will it be living allowance tomorrow? These are questions we need data to support. You need to throw more light. The question the beta to we are asking Bawumia, who claim that when politicians come to you, demand that they should back their statement with data. What is the scientific verifiable data that is backing your so-called living allowance? The A to the living allowance and sabi or yesikahin. Ono ana no call me be so. Sabi manya wadu na Ghana fo or Jimmy fo. Manya wadu de Ghana fo enyansa fo nyim. Then bibi oye Professor Mate ose enyansa fo no wa hen. Wadu ni bibi enyansa fa sa wa Ghana. There are still enyansa fo or Oman Ghana. Bawumia yes say we living allowance and oya hen. Asama no call me bisa Bawumia. Yes, we living allowance na everybody no hoba manana no mahim for there. Ebetua ma won. Ebetua ba himanum living allowance no ya hen. Is it 2,000 Ghana cedis? Is it 1,005? Is it 2,005? Is it 3,000? Is it 5,000? Name that living allowance, the amount that Bawumia, you and your manifesto team, you and your so-called research team considers and deemed right as living allowance. this platform, we are challenging Bawumia. Sabisebio, there are intellectuals in this country. There are sensible people in this country. So there are youth who are not getting job to do. There are youth who are going around who do not earn anything. And all you are thinking about is paying Nananum living allowance. Look, you think that Ghanaians are stupid. Really? Is that what do you think? You think Ghanaians are stupid? Just listen to yourself. You made the statement and we are taking you back. We are playing back your statement to you. Just listen.
Please remember to ask the politicians when we assemble to focus on the solutions to the problems of this country. And let us have a politics of ideas and solutions, not a politics of... Please remember to ask the politicians when we assemble to focus on the solutions to the problems of this country.
Yes, Bawumia say, remember to focus on the solutions of the country, not propaganda. So the solution that you're thinking in is paying the paramount chiefs, queen members, divisional chiefs. That is the problem of this country. When there are thousands and millions of youth, of Ghanaian youth, without employment, without any earnings, when lesson trainees are there, teacher trainees are there, the allowances, the state government cannot pay it. When rotational nurses are not being paid, but what preoccupies you, what you consider as the problem of this country, is to pay what living allowance to chiefs. Just listen to yourself. We are only reminding you of your own statement. Just take a time and listen to it once again. The show you are watching is the Beta Trick Show.
Remember to ask the politicians when we assemble to focus on the solutions to the problems of this country. And let us have a politics of ideas and solutions, not a politics of insults and propaganda. And that is what we need in Ghana. We should let our politics shine a light on what we are doing and not try to cover things in darkness. Data brings light. People who don't like light don't like data. So when you see a politician trying to talk, you just say, bring the data to support what you are saying. And let us talk. Data brings light. People who don't like light don't like data. So when you see a politician trying to talk, you just say, bring the data to support what you are saying. And let us talk. And let us focus on light, let us focus on data, let us eschew insults and propaganda, and let us focus on solving problems that face this country on an everyday basis. Various problems.
We just heard Bawumia encouraging Ghanaians that when you see politicians come to talk, you just ask the politicians to bring data, to support what he's saying with data. And Bawumia, the Beta Trick, we are challenging you. You have forgotten yourself. You are a clown. Let's tell you the truth. When you appear before the chiefs, as you continue to appear before the chiefs, going around from region to region, promising to pay living allowances to the chiefs, the question the Beta Trick we are asking, what data have you backed with that statement? Where is the data? You are an economist. You claim to know the value and the importance, the essence of what? Data. The question that the Beta Trick we are asking Bawumia is that how much is living allowance to your estimation? How much do you consider as a living allowance in the current excruciating economic challenges that His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia MPP you have plunged Ghanaians into? In this shattered Ghanaian economy that you have destroyed, that is the reason you are claiming that 1,000 Ghana cedis chieftaincy allowance cannot be described as a living allowance. That is true. If that is it, you know you have destroyed the economy into 1,000 Ghana cedis simple on your living allowance. Na maybe so. No calling you be about near there. Abba data in the support them and Hobazi banana him for ye. Sikan you never chairman and anoma or yet the living allowance. Ya pade yomu for data no bochuga. You be sananoma him. The paramount chiefs in the two. As you have the queen mother, paramount queen mother to the back home. You have the divisional chiefs in the back home. You have the queen mother to the back home. What is the data? And he find him. And now you're living allowance and able to share the amount. Where is the data? You came to make an empty noise to disturb because you think that Ghanaians are stupid. Ebenya media houses are and check as someone said we have to hold your statement and hold you accountable and chase you to bring the data to support them policy now. Your so-called living allowance in a sebu chama him for nanan. Zayiri bisa wadum baby wagana when you jumanye. You are not thinking of how it doesn't baby you jumaye. In double one contribution to the development of the nation and comparing to the development of the contribution of Nananama Himfu to drive what the country in only more him. Bisa, where is the data? Mr. Data Bawumia, where is data now? I do support your statement. You said when politicians come to talk to you, you just ask them to support their statement with data. The data to we are challenging a so-called competent Bawumia who knows importance of data to back your claim, your living allowance promise to the chiefs, the traditional authorities in this country. Support your claim with data. Yes, see, we are demanding the data. Data, oh yeah, nananoma info. The doing and your living allowance will cover. And then I bring a basha oh yeah, that so-called living allowance. And I bring a butcher. Ono ana no calling you bisa. Asama ye bisa tete and you see this is where we expect the various media houses should be demanding critical questions, policies, analysis backed with scientific verifiable data. Verifiable scientific data with timeline and with cost effective. You bisa sikahin ana amana no benya they show your so-called living allowance manana no mind info. Listen, this time rent na ho mo politicians sabi we makan some hu na wanko ye hu su na hu bane pen ye ti kroma ha ye wo mane mu ha covid bag o mampanyi na do dan kwa kufado amamwo as vice president eka ho wajitum na wo magana fo free light and free water oye na wo twa ho wo de tu wo da to do wo the one wo je oya covid levy wo the one free water and free light na wo ma Ghana for what the one warage to the say what the one warage ye ni woni su na wana bana what say abana mo wozi bibanene. This is the time the media houses must sit up to do critical media analysis to play a gatekeeper's role so that the so-called irresponsible politicians because of the virtue of their position they will come and abuse the power, the mandate, the democratic mandate that the citizens has handed over to you. Thus is the bitter truth show. We have to call a spade, but not a spade a spoon. Also, the truth is bitter. It must be told. When it is told, it heals. No calling Wanabaka, Yabaka, no calling region, Yabaka, need the minty, and the year to taffy the Nimbumgama Bawumia there. Just say, who or your living allowance and or your sikahin. You put the drawing in every chairman. A man and a sikahin in Yabenia, Mayabechia, a bassa said here if you ever in Amber. Nanyana Nanomokoti, and a Wibia living allowance. A Jumayafu with your living allowance. Then can current chairman no more yet dead politics in tea in there, it's in an so then a kabuoti wagenida because of their privileged position or bokona when you wanna manfaka kasa watu abama MPP watu abama Bawumia mabayo mampeni if you that's what is a written document ben document I sign there. Zarikay Ababaye, yes, see, Nanado Danko Akufa do Bawumia, COVID, Woma, Ganafo, free water, free light. We don't work on what the two, what that to Yanukum. No worry, what the one worry, the Yumusu, and a one ban, no call the win. Nekaya kana wanabaka no quarry wiggy abaka yan can quarry chairman yofo. Look, we are calling on the media to be responsible a bit. You see, more your whole there. Bra aka card the master nananum nananum what ibem ho what ben sim sabi ayuro ho sam onam de nananum binum comedy one. Wonya nyatwum wonko wasinama yofo. Some of our paramount chiefs, when Bawumia made this pledge that he is going to pay them a living allowance, the chiefs who were gathered at that gathering, they were clapping to Bawumia. This is a sycophant. I was sad and I was disappointed. My reason of being sad and disappointed is that I never got one single chief, a competent and honest, responsible chief. Listen to me. The show you are watching is the Bitter Truth Show. I am saying this platform we are saying we were disappointed in our chiefs because when Bawumia made that promise without telling them the amount of money he's going to pay as a living allowance, amount of money that he considers as a living allowance, we never got one chief. We never, this platform, we never got a single chief, one chief, a competent, honest, responsible, diligent chief who thinks that yes, he's there, he's occupying that privileged position to serve the interests of his or her citizens. And Mother Ghana to ask Bawumia, how much is your living allowance that you have promised to pay us? We never got any chief to ask Bawumia, how much is going to cost the state to pay your living allowance? We never got any chief to ask Bawumia, when are you going to start implementation of this? You never got any chief, responsible, honest, competent chief to ask Bawumia, the promise you are making, what data are you using to back, and what are you putting before us that we can hold you to the promises you are making to us if you do not honor it? No chief was able to ask these simple questions, and thus the reason this platform we are saying that we're disappointed in our chief, because you see some of our chiefs, they are hungry. Some of the chiefs, because of their greed, because of their political hypocrisy, because of their political sycophancy, they did not see the wisdom to ask Bawumia any question about the promise to pay them living allowance. Some of them are even more than politicians. They are partisan than the so-called politicians like Bawumia. I'm saying this platform, I say some of our chiefs, they are partisan than the so-called political actors that we know in this country. So when Bawumia made that promise, they did not see the wisdom, they did not see the sense, they did not see the importance to ask further questions for clarification, to ask data, to demand Bawumia to ask him to back what he's telling them with verifiable data. They were only clapping because Bawumia has promised to pay them living allowance. They are sycophant and political partisan hypocrites. Some of our chiefs, this platform, the Bitter Truth, we are challenging the chiefs. We are looking forward from the regional house of chiefs to the national house of chiefs. If they will have the moral aptitudeness, if they have the moral decency and the courage, if they will come out of their partisanship, sycophancy, and hypocrisy, and ask Bawumia relevant, important questions to back the claim with data and what he can put in place so that we can hold him to task. How much is his so-called living allowance? This is the Bitter Truth Show. We speak truth to power. We speak truth irrespective of who that matters. Jumadi rekenenen oya no call we jumadi. Yes, you're not info. Bela asu ubeje nya atwomonenen. Hypocrisy, partisan, among your summer washes a one item, one from one kente, one into Megudo, now watching among your funeral, one and none warrior campaign in Yenim. There are some, Bawumia Medina when they him double chew or living allowance. Yenya among him there are sabi, or you no call for among him, or what could do, or the call those Sunama for, now when be about near there. Living allowance and I said the butcher, or yes, he can't. In the beach, only our living allowance. Now, none of mine for good why him no man done ma every chain, them is king. Or man is a kind over here, them is a canon, or man of cafe him. Never na bill in the beach here. Never na bill in the building so how 1 year Jumayan and Embisa, and none one of the way yachum, and my summer one ma, when you yachum. Incident. It's a more in a wazima Bawumia. No calling when yes in another one shot no one do call. Nanama was sure one and was sure one a man for. One kind of woman there with the one a man for when they him. And then put over one assisting him. You job over one assisting him. And the woman chainmunty. Now we live in allowance. Who no condemning. You may very can hear no calling when you can't call again who you. You can't call Kai or Montpellier and another danko for the say. Be citizens and not spectators. Now, none of them should be citizens and not what? Partisan, sycophant, and hypocrite. Not partisan, hypocrite, or spectators. They should be citizens. The show you are watching is the Bitter Truth Show. Bawumia is going around promising the traditional authorities in Ghana that he's going to pay them living allowance. And the question that this platform, the Bitter Truth, we are asking is, what is his living allowance? This is the Bitter Truth Show. Just listen to Bawumia again.
The episode I'm going to say, the land. Now, you have so much land, but the problem is a lot of it is not registered. They are still lands, but they are not registered. And register also now in some area because different people will claim, and even some people move it to assassinate even without knowledge of others. So we can say digitalization of the land and the registration. Registration no squire and unregistered lands because they have to pay a registration fee. Land is one. How much do you have to pay? You don't have the resources to pay. And then you don't register. But then, it will cause problems for the whole country. Again, said, we will allow all the chiefs to register their lands free of charge. Free of charge. So when you register free of charge, anytime you sell the land to somebody, they can pay the registration fee out of that sale. So you register out all the land that you have. We will not charge anything for it, and then we will get our lands fully registered and digitalized. Digitalization, we to know phones, no say, assassin we so we have land guards say uncle protecting because we all know who owns the land and they cannot come and steal it. So we have to say digitalize it, land registry now as far as going forward is concerned because and if we are able to do all of that, a lot of disputes will be back for abai na asante.
Yate, the vice president, assuring Ananum what they want to do. The free land registration, that government would register their lands free. No church American also. Yes, chiefs have large tracts of land. So when it's come to registration fee, it's a problem. But government will assist them to register it free of charge. And when they begin to sell the land, then they can pay the registration fee. And do you call this free? And then they were there clapping. Wow, really? Trust me. A vice president standing in front of you who claimed that he's going to register the land free for you. But later in the run-up in his submission, he said, when you begin to sell the land, then you will pay the registration fee from what the sales you make. And he's describing that as free. And said, you look sharp. Bawumia is smart. Look sharp. Nananum should look sharp. For me, I don't think that should be described as free. Me say, during COVID, you claim to give Ghanaians free water and free light. You ended up slapping taxes on Ghanaians, which you continue to take up to today. Thus is the beta to the show. We know you. What we are asking, as we bring today's presentation to a close, we have a simple questions, few questions for Bawumia. One, Bawumia has acknowledged the current 1,000 Ghana cedis chieftaincy allowance to the paramount chiefs in this country cannot, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP government cannot describe this as a living allowance. Therefore, there is the need to pay paramount chiefs, paramount queen mothers, divisional chiefs and their divisional queen mothers living allowance. But Bawumia, what he considers as living allowance, he failed to name it. This platform, the beta today, we are challenging Bawumia because he said, when politicians come to talk to you, demand them to back their statement with data. Bawumia, back your statement with data. How much is a living allowance under this symbolic economic situation that His Excellency, a so-called self-acclaimed competent Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP, you have subjected the citizens of Ghana to? Therefore, you know, you have admitted 1,000 Ghana cedis cannot be said a living allowance. The question we are asking is, how many citizens of this country earn 1,000 Ghana cedis, which is not living allowance to you? It is true. That is what we are asking. How many of our traditional authorities you will be paying the living allowance? You didn't tell Ghanaians. Ghanaian citizens deserve to know. The world deserves to know. You claim you are an experienced and a competent, honest economist who knows importance and value of data, but you fail to provide data to back all these things. These are relevant data. With timeline, when will you start paying those? How much is it going to cost the country to pay this? Sikanen yebenye fihin. Sikano fihin. Yes, I have to do na our living allowance and ebuchia. We living allowance or yesika hin nebuchia mahwan. Nananuma hin for the hin and na ba hima num the doahi or Ghana and we living allowance ebuchia mahwan. Abesha say chefi ebena bill the kesi ebena bill. Sikado doahi no man Ghana obenya nebuchia your so-called living allowance no. Then some yinara yape numu umwai. Let the data back this statement. Ghanaians deserve to know this. You may reckon or you know calling as a mon you need to know no your kasa. We send there open do data. We want verifiable scientific data with timeline and with cost effective cost and funding source and where it's coming from. Thus is what the beta did show. We are asking you. There are competent and knowledgeable intellectuals in this country. Mama nyawa din the video this enyansa fwe enyansafo no wahi enyansafo asa wagana enyansafo wagana ha yenyimwoni so na hwane bane. Look, or you want to be like your boss, our president, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Block BBC or free SHS. BBC had talk. The will be said Nana Addo share interview one and no say men can't show me a free SHS am a Ghana for mama makacha Ghana for only in the ebatina ha onto see or ye na the man being the cado about course yan may guy a free SHS only may yet to me waba free SHS if your man will be the going there a mouth for no dawson in the sika what they shame no do or so or ye under Nana Addo Akufo-Addo Bawumia one na me a ready to a domino dawson and in the Sikana also there every shot in so so that if it's cannot be what so no no chili the baba be the home come no call me gimidi the no want some the free SHS want some the baba be the home come papa na easy the betray yes you me very can online no call me chimidi. The show you are watching is the Bitter Truth Show. We speak truth, we speak our mind. As we bring this presentation to a close, we are making a passionate appeal to our colleague various media platforms, especially the traditional media houses. Look, one thing that we can do for the good people of this country to save Ghana from these politicians is to begin to interrogate their statement, their vision, their policies, analyzing it, demanding critical data from them, so that we can elicit the best from these corrupt politicians who are leading this country, who are depriving this country, destroying, only engaging in state capture. Let the media, this country, the current state of this country, because the media, we have also failed the country, we have failed the people. Let us rise to our responsibility as the gatekeepers role that enjoins the media. Thus is the Bitter Truth Show. This is the only good gift that we can give to the good people of this country, especially the voiceless of this society. We should be the voice for the voiceless. We should be the feet for the lame. Thus is the Bitter Truth Show. Thank you for watching this show. Stay blessed. So we'll come your way with another authentic Bitter Truth Show. Goodbye. Only nananama himfo ehia na okache nananama himfo ohye nananama himfo wo Ghana bode onno omampanyin abedechir Bawumia Frankatuni Zima MPP Amanyoku so oboya president a obochie nananama himfo aba anyima ne divisional